Oh man, do you guys hear that? Is that a lion or a wheel bearing? That thing is roaring. I'm not even revving the car right now. I'm in neutral. I'm just coasting. Gonna have to get that fixed. Woo, baby. Guys, if you don't smile every time you look back at your car, you bought the wrong car. And here's the fix. Some drake to fix the problem. I'm just kidding, guys. Got the bearing right here, ready to go in. Alright, gonna let the AC do its magic real quick and we'll be back. Alright, quick wardrobe change and we are ready to get to work. So first things first, we gotta put the car in the air and take this wheel off, which is pretty easy when you have the power of magic. Check this out. Abracadabra. It's that simple, guys. So the way we're gonna tackle this bearing, I'm gonna do it for all those people that don't have a press at home. You guys can go ahead and get one of these right over here. And you can do it without a press. If I can get it open. There we go. So as you can see, I've used this already. Hopefully the threads hold up because they're a little worn. But we'll see. I actually did use an impact on it even though it says not to because I'm reckless. So like I said, hopefully it does hold up and I'll show you guys how to do a bearing without having a press. So I only need this bearing to hold up for a few months until I have to, you know, take it all off and put all the new suspension on. So I went to Advance and I literally spent $26, and that's including tax for the bearing. I'm gonna reuse the hub, and yeah, so this is gonna be a $26 bearing replacement. By the way, guys, in one of my last videos when I announced our partnership with Whiteline, they had actually sent me these cool ass gloves and a lanyard and a bunch of stickers, but they didn't make it in the video. But yeah, we're gonna be using these today because they're really nice. Alright, so the way we're gonna go about this is we're gonna take off this super long bolt in here, and we're gonna take the axle out, and then we're gonna have to take the caliper off and rotor, and then we should be able to press the bearing in and out. So hopefully that Jesus bolt in the back doesn't give me any issues, but let's find out. Alright, so the bolt came out. I did have to take one of the lateral links off though, but it was literally just one bolt, so that's no problem. Now the only thing left is to take this bottom bolt off for the trailing arm and then undo the bolts for the caliper. And once we do that, all of this will come off. Just got to take this nut off, push the axle in, take it out from the back, and we will get to the bearing. Alright, got the axle out, and then I put the lower trailing arm bolt right here in. And now I'm gonna get my slide hammer, hook it up here, and start yanking on this thing. Alright boys, we got the hub off right there. So now we have to take the bearing out, and we also have to remove this race off of the hub. So since I said I wouldn't do this on a press, I'm gonna show you guys how you can do it on a bench vise. You just have to cut a slot right here and then just wedge it out with a pry bar, or if you have an air hammer it's even easier. So let's do that real quick. So in order to take this race off of the back, I think I have to remove this ring back here. So I'm gonna take that off, and then once I take the race off, I'll be putting it back on. Alright, so the ring is off. Now there's tons of space back here. So let's go put this on a vise. Alright, so I got the race off right here. You just have to cut a line diagonal in it, and then just hit it with a, you could do it with a screwdriver, a pry bar, whatever. Just hammer it off and it should just come right off. So now that the race is off of the hub, took this bolt back out so I can spin it, and now I just got to take the two seals out from the back, and then I believe there's a snap ring in there. I have to remove that, and then I'll start pushing the bearing out and put the new one in. So I got the old hub and new bearing in the freezer. I've never done this. I don't know why people say to do it. My guess is that I know things contract in cold temperatures and expand in hot, so I guess being cold will help. I can't even talk right now. Being cold will help it push in a lot easier. So I don't know, we're trying it out. Alright, so the snap ring is out, and now we can start pressing the bearing out and then the new one in. So in order to use these kits, you need to find one of these pieces that fits the entire bearing right here in the back. So in this case it's this piece for me, like that. And then for the back side right here, you need to find one that will hover over the whole thing without being too big or too small. So you do that, and then you put the bolt through it, and then you start cranking away at it. Alright, so what I'm doing first is I'm going for the inner race. I'm going to push that out real quick, and once that's out, I'm going to go for the outer race, and then it'll all be out of there and ready for the new one. All right, and there she is. So I was aiming for, like I said, the inner race, but the whole thing came out, which, you know, even better. I didn't think it would because, as you can see, it only grabs, let's see if it'll focus. It only grabs the inner race and not the outer, but both came out, so even better. But basically, if you do it this way and you only get the inner out, then just get the other size up to fit the outer, and then just, you know, crank at it the same way you did for the inner one, and it'll come out. So now it's all out of here, as you can see right there. So just gonna clean this up real quick and grab the new one out of the freezer, and we'll get installing. All right, we got our brand new bearing fresh out of the freezer. Again, I don't know why people do this. If somebody knows, make sure to tell me why down in the comments. But yeah, fresh out the freezer. I'm gonna pop this sucker out, and it's ready to go in. So this one, we're gonna do it the opposite way. We're gonna do the bolt in from the front to the back. So alright, so I guess we're not gonna be using the sleeve, and also we moved to the bigger piece right here, so it covers the inner and outer races, so it'll push the whole thing in. Guys, this thing is going in so effortlessly. Like, look, one finger, right? Look at that, one finger, no problem. So if this was hard, then I'd be a little sketched out, maybe thinking it's going in a little crooked, but it's going in so easy that I'm almost positive that it's gonna be good. All right, and now it's hard, so I know it's in all the way, so I can start backing it out now. And there we have it. Just got to get the snap ring in there, and once we do that, we'll put the hub in and we'll be good to go. And the way to do these snap rings, basically you throw it at it, and once it's in the air on its way to it, you snap your finger real quick and it'll be on, just like this. Ready? And there it is. Snap ring is in there, nice and seated, so the bearing won't come out anymore. But yeah, like I said, throw it once it's in the air, snap your fingers, and it'll just put itself in, right? Squirt it. Alright, so now we're ready to put the hub in. Two things to remember. Put this ring right here back on. There's only one way it goes on, so you can't go wrong with it. And also make sure to install your new seal here, because if you don't, you're screwed.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
So do that. You're gonna go in this way, and on the back, make sure you get one of the pieces that'll go over the inner race here, so you don't push it out. Basically, you have to hold it in while you push this in, so you're kind of like going against each other. So you do that, and then it'll be all good to go. So let's get to it. Alright, and you want to go until it's nice and hard. So I know it's all the way in there now, so again, just go the opposite way to remove it. And you just have to crank it loose. After that, it comes off by hand. And there we go. Bearing is in, spinning. No problem. So now all that's left to do is put the two new bearings, or not, I'm sorry, the two new seals in the back right here. And then you pop your axle through, connect everything you disconnected, trailing arm, caliper, rotor, all of that, and then you should be good to go. So we're gonna go ahead and do that real quick, and then we will take it on a test drive. Oh yeah, she is driving 100 times better. Look, I'm not gassing it or anything, and it's completely silent in here. No more noise back there, so I'm happy with that. Now I'm gonna grab Emily and Mel, and we're gonna go take a little road trip and see if we do a little mini photo shoot. So. Alright guys, we're here. Time to look for some cool spots to take some nice pictures. We just found this cool spot to take some pictures, so we're gonna have to be creative on how we can do this. This place is cool.
That's the car.
Yeah.
It's really cool. I like it too.
Alright guys, the Subaru made it back with no issues at all. So that's gonna do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to the channel, and as always, keep moving forward and stay on the gas.